What's up, guys? It's JZNES back again. Today we're talking some Ducktales on the NES there. This is a cat. He literally jumped in the frame as it was doing the countdown. I swear to God, he can like sense when this is all happening. So yeah, Ducktales. On the NES there. I've reviewed this game before, and I'm still proud of that review. I still think that review holds up. It's like a minute long, but like it was just my text review of that game from Facebook, and I just took it and put the words into a review with footage or whatever. So, but this game is important because, for a few reasons. Originally, I found out about this game from the Derek Alexander, the Happy Video Game Nerd review of the game. This and the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers game, and a lot of the other Capcom Disney Afternoon games like Goof Troop and whatnot, which I think I had actually heard of before that. But yeah, so a lot of these games I've heard of from there, and so he was speaking really highly of it. So when I started doing my NES journey, this was one of the early games I got. But anyway, so that's a great review, so you should check that review as well. But I had played it before, and I kind of played it a little bit back and then, and I wasn't really that into it. So then I figured, well, it's probably because I don't know the source material that well. So I went and watched the whole show. There's a lot of episodes of the show. There's a movie and all sorts of stuff. So I watched the whole show in order to prepare and get ready for the game. Which was cool. So then when I got to the game, I actually understood the references and whatnot. And you don't have to have watched the show to play the game, but that's just the way I did it because I like doing stuff like that. So, I mean, DuckTales the show is a pretty good show. It's pretty funny. It's typical Disney stuff. It's pretty simplistic. It's still a good show, but it's pretty simplistic compared to what Disney does nowadays. I'm still I literally just like 2 hours ago finished The Owl House, which is one of Disney's newest shows from 2020 there, and I'm still fucking reeling about it and how cool it was and Lumity and all of that. So if you haven't seen The Owl House, go check that out. That's a newer Disney show there. So that's a good one. But anyway, this isn't as complicated as a show like that. Not that that show's like super complicated, but it doesn't have quite the same gravitas as that kind of show. It's more of a 90s adventure sort of show, which is, fun. I like it. I like the show. But anyway, so the game takes a lot of inspiration from the show. A lot of the main characters from the show up, like Scrooge McDuck, obviously you're playing as his three kids, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I think her name's Wendy Duck or something like that. Or Webby, that's her name, right? Something like that. The villain from the TV show, the Count Dracula looking lady, she's in the game. Your like arch nemesis dude, the other older dude. From the show, he's in the game, and like Launchpad McQuack and stuff. So like all the characters are here from the show, so that's nice. It's themed well. But you use like the pogo stick or the cane. You use it as a pogo stick basically. Is kind of your main form of attack in this game, which gets reused later or referenced later in games like Shovel Knight and whatnot. It's a really iconic move. Actually, Adventure of Link used it too, which I believe was maybe before this. So maybe this stole the Pogo thing from Adventure of Link. I don't know. But anyway, that's a really iconic thing that they did in this game. Capcom games, very high quality NES Capcom game. I have the sequel here as well, which is why I'm re-reviewing the original, and so I can get to the sequel and the remastered DuckTales eventually here. So, but yeah, oh god, yeah, here we go. So let's talk about the music quick. The music in this game is iconic. Of course, this moon theme Most people know it, and they love it. And I think nowadays a lot of people know it's from the Ducktales game, but there was a line back in the day in that video like, most people know it, but they wouldn't know it was from the DuckTales video game or whatever. But like, yeah, it's really good. There's a really good version of this called Walking on the Moon, which is one of my favorite video game tracks there. It's like a really unknown version of the song that he used to play at the end of the Clan of the Grey Wolf podcasts. So I really love that version. It's a really well done version of this. So yeah, I love the music in this game. All of the individual themes for the stages are like really well done. The most iconic being the Moon theme and the Amazon theme, I think. And of course they nailed the catchy title theme from the animated show there, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's all great. The graphics and that kind of stuff and like the animations hold up like super well, especially for an NES game. Like, it's Capcom, so like it's gonna be, but it's like vibrant with colors, and every stage feels really distinct and unique. There's like 5 different stages. There's the Amazon, so you got like a jungle theme. There's the Himalayas, which is like a snow themed area. There's the African mine, so it's like a mine level. The moon, which is obviously moon themed, and the, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the haunted house level, basically. So very distinct feelings, and the enemies all like kind of reflect whatever area you're in and stuff, so that's cool. It's really well done. So the basic gameplay is you platforming around. It's a typical 2D side-scrolling platformer. But there's a lot of hidden areas around where there's treasure. There's treasure everywhere. It'll fall out of the sky. You know, you step in the right place or jump in the right place, and it'll appear. The whole point of the game is to collect enough treasure. If you want the best ending, you gotta like get these hidden treasures too, alongside the treasures at the end of the main stages. And one of the things about this game is it's pretty short. It's just those 5 stages or whatever, but you'll only have your one set of lives, and there are no continues as far as I know, so once you're done kind of thing. But the game is short enough to where it kind of counterbalances for that, so that's nice. But also it's challenging in that regard. If you're playing it legit, you're gonna have to really practice up on your stages there and just like really get her done with the gameplay, and just get really good at each stage so you can get through it perfectly and fight the bosses, because the bosses are kind of difficult. I remember them being kind of tricky. So you really gotta focus down and like get her done, you know, with the gameplay and stuff. So this is a nice cat pillow here. But anyway, so yeah, so the gameplay, side-scrolling stuff. A lot of hidden areas, like I was saying, that's pretty cool. So you're always wanting to look around for the treasures and the hidden treasures and stuff. And there's like different levels where you have to like get a thing to go to here to do this thing, get that thing. So that's pretty cool. So there's a good amount of variety there. Yeah. So, but the gameplay just feels really solid and responsive. Sometimes when you pogo, you have to. It's kind of a very specific sort of motion you have to get down on the pogo, and it's really hard to do on emulation. And I noticed the difference almost immediately. I tried using the PS4 controller and emulation, and there was not only lag, but like it just wasn't working very well. Like the pogo stick would work like half the time or whatever. So I switched over to the actual cartridge and played it on my Sharp NES TV there, and I found that worked a lot better. So yeah, I just went through the game like that. So yeah, each of the stages is pretty unique. They kind of each have like a slight gimmick. Like they're not all gimmicky themed, but there's like the snow level has like ice. And it has like these, like when you jump, you'll like fall into the snow a lot of the time. So that's kind of interesting. Just little things like that, little touches like that that make it fairly interesting. What are you doing up there? You're just being silly, aren't you? Oh, I didn't mean to get you there. But anyway. So yeah, it's a really, really solid game overall. There's really not a lot to say about the game other than the fact that it's just a really good game with good music and good gameplay and cool animations and characters and good explorative elements. It's short, so that's nice, and concise and whatnot. Like I said, the gameplay is really tight. And just exploring around, you know, finding all the secrets and whatever is a lot of fun. So that actually adds a lot of replay value to the game. So that's pretty neat. Yeah. So Ducktales, you know, pretty good game there. It's a classic NES game for a reason. A lot of people love this game, put it really high on a pedestal or whatever. And I can definitely see why. And I definitely enjoy the game a lot. So I'm going to give it an 8.7 out of 10. And yeah, so until we review the sequel, this has been JZNES saying keep it classic, stick around for more reviews, underrated games, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Go watch the Owl House. JZ out.